Hey, welcome to Flight Test. I'm Josh. This is Josh.
Hi.
And today we're trying to put a rudder on a plane that don't got one because all it's got is ailerons or elevons, whatever you want to call them.
Elevons, yep.
Yeah,
You got
like this Swift
elevators
here.
and ailerons.
Right, because we want to try to change up the way that this guy turns in
Absolutely.
the air.
Absolutely.
So usually with your ailerons, it's all bank and yank, and your rudder falls off.
Look at that.
And that's why they don't put them on the first place, because they just fall off.
Exactly.
But when you got rudder, you have a nice smooth turning motion, like so. No,
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't want to have to, always be correcting when you're turning,
Yeah.
you'd like to put a rudder on so it turns a little smooth, right?
Yeah, well, basically the lateral movement will give you your yaw.
Yeah.
And what that'll give you the ability to do is do really cool things like knife edge.
Okay.
Which is neat, because this plane flies like it's on the railroad tracks.
Right.
Just real smooth and
Flies like it's on rails.
on rails. That's what I wanted to say. Yes,
that
flies like
before.
it's on rails. But it would be really, really cool if you could actually turn the plane sideways and keep it up from losing altitude.
Okay.
And that's what we'd like to try to do. And being a flying wing, it's not a very common thing that rudder control is put on wings. We wanted to see what it take to get that.
Right.
All
We
right.
tried. This was our first attempt right here.
Yeah.
Goes on like so.
How'd it work?
Not well. Didn't really do much at all. And I think the main reason is because whatever work was trying to get done with this guy right here
Yeah.
was kind of being destroyed by the rudder chopping up the air back here.
That's a pretty good
Is that right?
deduction. I would say you're right on there. Absolutely. So we had to go back to the drawing board.
Yes.
All right?
We have one of those. We draw on it.
Yeah. And it's very useful, actually.
It's very boardy.
Yeah, actually, our drawing board is the board we cut out. So this didn't work, did it?
No, it didn't.
Absolutely. We got it back up.
Yep. So our next try,
Yes.
we assembled this onto the Texumo.
Texumo. Now, why did we do what we did?
Be more specific.
Okay. Well, what did we change?
Oh, yeah. Instead of having it in the middle, we have it on the sides here.
We have two of them.
To keep the prop from chopping up everything, we moved everything back a little bit.
Yep, and your ultimate goal was to try to get the rudder control behind the prop, wasn't it?
Yes.
Gotcha. And what we also did is we put these vertical fins here to hopefully channel the air more, that when this guy would turn, it would have more of an effect to push the air.
Now.
Yeah.
A bit of
Like a little air canal. Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
cute.
So, we don't know how this is going to go though, do we?
Nope, we gotta try it.
We did it in our heads, and now
Yes.
we got to do it in real life.
Right.
Absolutely. So why don't we go ahead and take it out and see what can happen.
Okay, let's go.
Our ultimate goal, guys, is going to be to get yaw control, maybe even pull off a knife edge with a wing.
Yeah.
Yaw. All right.
Okay.
Well, we got our ailerons and we got our rudder.
Yep.
And Chad did a really cool thing. He actually designed this to work off of one servo, going to a torque rod, I guess you could say it. And why is that?
Because we're cheap.
Because we're cheap.
We're
Absolutely.
frugal.
We're frugal. One servo, simple. No Y harnesses, no reverses, nothing going on there. So simplicity is good.
Yeah.
And it's windy, it's cold, but let's go ahead and give it a whack, see what happens. All right. All right. Now we're flying into the wind. Boy, is it windy. Let's see how this rudder reacts. And it doesn't do anything.
Really?
No.
All right.
All it does is maybe slows it down a little bit.
So it's like flap.
It's pretty much flat. So I'm giving it yaw control. Yaw.
Yeah.
And look at my finger here.
What?
I'm flying
Are you
it.
flicking me off? Oh.
No. And it is not changing any direction whatsoever.
All right.
So let's go back to the drawing board and see if we can get this down in one piece. What do you say?
Okay.
All right.
All right, that didn't work.
That was an epic failure.
That happens here a lot.
It does. It does.
It's okay.
And you want to take a guess why?
Because we just suck.
No. Take a guess. Seriously.
Well,
what did we learn?
Oh, more specific. I see.
Yes. Yes.
These just slowed everything down.
Yeah,
Maybe they weren't. Were they not big enough? I don't know.
Well, in a normal conventional aircraft, the rudder is all the way in the back. Now, I know the Wright Flyer, it wasn't as far in the back, but it was still in the back, okay? So you got a force back here pushing back and forth, all right?
All right.
Wings, we don't have that. The control surfaces are so close to the nose, you can't get that force far enough back to really to
So
make
we
it
need to
do
build a
it is.
fuselage on it.
And then you'd have an airplane though, wouldn't you?
I guess so.
You would. So what we need to do is we need to actually create drag on one side of the wing or the other, and that's
Okay.
called differential drag.
Differential, I remember that.
Difference, y'all.
Different yaw.
That's what I said.
Yep, differential.
I remember that.
So what we're doing is we're gonna cause drag. We want to yaw to the right. We're gonna cause drag on the right. All right.
Okay.
Multiple different ways to do this. The flying wing, the B-2 bomber, actually, I believe they use something called spoilerons on there. And what it is they're actually creating drag on this side. You can have split ailerons, but we don't want to do too much modification.
No.
We want to just create
Simple.
drag as simple as
Simple,
possible
yeah.
and conventional. So what we did when you weren't looking here.
Oh, you guys.
I know.
Tricky.
We made these fellas right here.
WT.
Yep. You want to take a guess where they go?
On the plane.
On the plane, that's
here
right.
On the winglets.
All right. What we did here is we have this so we can mount these right on the wingtips here. We go right into the controller, and we programmed our radio so one of these will only go. If we want to turn to the right, only the right fin's going to come out and create drag on the right side. Okay, the left is going to be left alone. And what that'll do is when it's flying and it's pulled out, it'll create drag and give us yaw control.
Gotcha.
Now this is in theory. We got to test it out to see if we're right.
Yes.
But hopefully, if everything works right, we'll get some sort of yaw control, maybe enough to do a knife edge, which would be really, really cool.
Yeah.
But what we do need to get rid of is this bad boy right
Right.
here.
Rip
We
it off
don't need
there.
it. It's
Nope.
gone.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You want to do a put together montage now?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Very cool. So, to recap what we're doing, we're going to try to create drag on the wingtips, differential drag,
Right.
and cause it to give us a yaw effect. So what that's going to do is when we give rudder, we're hoping that this guy will create drag on this wingtip. If I want to go to the left,
Okay.
this will create drag. If I want to go to the right, this will create drag.
Okay.
Now, there's a lot of different ways you can do this. You could actually have split ailerons. You could lift one aileron and do some trimming and mixing to
Right.
keep it from
We want to keep
rotating.
it simple, though.
We want to keep it simple, and I think there's a couple cool things we'll be able to do with this by doing this method afterwards.
Great.
So let's go test it
All
out.
right, let's try it.
All right.
Hey,
So what we got here?
close the door. Not more in the barn, Josh.
Yeah, don't want the heat out.
All right.
All right, what we got here is we got our little rudder fin things to create drag on both sides of the wing. Hopefully that'll give us the yaw control we want. Don't know, we're gonna find out.
We'll try.
You wanna chuck me?
Sure.
All right, let's get some altitude.
Okay.
At least the weather's a little bit nicer right now. And I think we got it, buddy.
You think so?
It's better. One neat thing is, look, you can actually snap roll now.
Nice. Snap roll.
Snap roll, yeah. I can actually feel the rudder now, where before it didn't. So, now let's see if we can actually maintain a knife edge.
Nice. Well, you have.
It would have been really great if it actually was going across the sky. There you go, Chad.
All right.
That's pretty convincing. All right. Well, long story short, differential drag is the way to go. Unfortunately with the wind here, we can't show too much, but right there, if you look, I'm actually able to crab. Now, one thing that we also did here, which I wanted to put it on the fins
Did you
instead of
say
using
crap?
crab.
Crap.
Yeah,
I
crab.
gotcha.
Is
about to
I
crab
wanted
myself.
I wanted to do a little extra thing. By flipping this guy right here, we actually have air brakes,
Nice.
and they work really good.
Yeah, I can see that.
We're darn near going backwards. By using the brakes on the fin or causing drag for the fins, we can actually put air brakes on this. The way air brakes work is instead of using one aileron or both, or one, what do we call that?
Winglet rudder.
Winglet rudder, there you go. Instead of using one winglet rudder or the other, we're actually turning both of them outwards, creating drag evenly on both sides. That's just causing just a plain slow down. It's just putting lots and lots of drag on the airframe, and thus causing it to
It says stop.
stop.
Just
Absolutely.
stop.
And it's working really, really good, especially in this wind. You still have full control of your ailerons and your pitch control too, which is real nice. But it works like a charm. I think the air brakes actually work better than the yaw input. Let's see if we can do a flat turn.
Okay.
That'll say it. If we can possibly flat turn it. Well,
It is windy.
it is windy. Let's just do some snap rolls.
Okay. Snap.
Snap. There we go. That was a snap roll. All in all, I think this design could be perfected a little bit. We could probably get a little bit more yaw out of it, but it's fun. It's fun. The air brakes work also really, really great. So can you put yaw control on a wing? Yes or no?
Well,
Let's go ahead and set
well,
it down.
I'd like to see
answer is yaw.
I'd like to see a flat turn though.
I'd like to give you a flat turn. It works. I think if we spend a little more time refining it, it'll work even better.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, I want to thank you guys for watching. Thanks Hobby King for sponsoring this episode. Oh, and don't forget to cast your vote for.
Where'd you get? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got this in the mail.
Yeah, I got one too.
The 2012 AMA election ballot.
Yes.
So you want to make sure that you select the right national officer, president, and then the right national officer,
Do your
executive vice
duty.
president.
Yes.
Or you could write in and nominate me. for
Nominate
president.
you.
Yeah.
Well, if they're gonna write somebody in, why not nominate me?
Because they like me better. I will follow through with my promises.
He will. He will.
Absolutely.
He'll also make you wear skinny pants when you fly planes too.
Skinny pants. Yep, that's
Yeah.
what they're called, Josh.
Is that what they're called?
Skinny
And
pants.
big sunglasses.
You nailed it, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, anyways, we'll keep subscribing. Thanks you guys for watching. Vote
Thanks.
for me.
Or me. But this is amazing, and it's also very cheap.
Yes.
A lot of functions. It has wind chill in it. Yep, multiple different methods. It's backlit. Multiple different methods of telling wind speed. You have meters per second, foot per second, knots,
Comes with a lanyard.
miles an hour. Lanyard so you
this.
don't lose it.
Whoops. Oh, nope. Still got it.
Look at that.
Nifty.
Very cool stuff.